Hey everyone, Barry from Music Tech Info here today. Hope you're doing well. So, I wanted to update you on the latest AI news for music in terms of Suno, Udio, and Riffusion, the three top music generator platforms currently out there. But there has been a new article that I do want to cover first of all on this video. Now, I'm not sure about this statement. Want AI to make you a hit song? Bad news. New copyright law means that you'll never earn a penny from it. In a landmark ruling, the US Copyright Office has finally decided that AI generated works can't be copyrighted. Okay. Now, this was published at the end of January, just to let you know. I like that image. I think that's really good. Who really owns AI generated work and who gets the money? Well, that's been the $1 million question, hasn't it, really? It's a question that's been debated ever since this particular genie escaped its bottle. So you installed the software, not necessarily. You type the prompt, yeah, but maybe that's not all. And whatever comes out of the other end is yours, right? Wrong. Well, I've never assumed that that's the case. I mean, I'm a music producer. I've been producing music since I was about 7, 8 years old. I then moved onto a computer by the age of about 14. You know, I've been producing music all the time, and I see AI music as a tool, provided it has been trained on non-copyrightable data. And that is where we get into debates, isn't it? But this is just saying, this is assuming that every person trying to make AI music is just typing in a simple prompt and then assuming that they own it. There is a percentage of people that are doing that and are determined to make money out of it. But for the average musician that is using AI, I don't think that's the case. So in a potential landmark decision for AI and its place in generative artistic creation going forwards, the US Copyright Office just decided that work produced by AI can't be copyrighted. That is, it's impossible to own something that AI created, no matter if it was you that pushed the buttons and conjured it into being. Now, that for me is fine, but what if you spend endless hours going through the prompt? AI-based tools, however, such as those used to reconstruct lost performances or to enhance or modify created works to achieve the impossible, are still permitted, and work containing them can still be attributed to a creator and owned. So that's then kind of contradicting that previous comment. So what does it all mean? Well, the new ruling is clearly bad news for anyone currently or planning to get rich while AI does all the hard work. Now, that I do agree with, but I feel that this article is a very black and white scenario, and some of the responses on YouTube are completely with this, and they are 100% against AI, and I find that odd from my point of view. I find that hard to get to grips with. I understand if it's copyrighted material and it's copying your work and everything, but it's not all black and white. It may be that you generate a AI song, for example, and then you sing new lyrics and new vocals over the top. You could still earn money doing that as a music producer. So that's where I'm coming from. So they're saying that the new ruling is clearly bad news for anyone trying to get rich. Get rich schemes don't generally work, do they? Most specifically, the platforms and services that were hoping to make money from training AI on existing work and passing it on to users to allow them to run riot. Run riot? I don't get that. I mean, the CEO of Suno seems to think that every music producer in the world absolutely hates making music. That doesn't make sense to me either. Meanwhile, the subtle distinction regarding AI tools is good news for those offering new technology, allowing progress in the fields of sound enhancement and synthesis, like diffusion models, to take place. But most importantly, it's good news for musicians and artists creating original human-derived works. I do agree with that statement, because if I think about it, if somebody comes to me and says, I absolutely hate AI music, what should I listen to? Really, you should listen to music before the AI music tools were released, which is going back, 2 years now? So listen back from 2023 to 1900, and then you'll be fine. There is a theory, sometimes in my head, whether these AI tools have actually been in the power of record labels for some time before it was actually released out to the public. So they get the benefit of using that tool before anybody else, because it's been assumed that everybody at the same time has had this release of AI music tools. But anyway, I digress. The fear had been that with AI's inevitable rise, countless millions of new songs, artwork, video, photography, and more would be dumped onto the market. Yeah, effectively devaluing and swamping human created work. I mean, the music industry is already devalued and swamped human created work. You only have to look at the likes of Spotify in terms of what they reward independent artists versus the top 1% that are signed, by Universal Group or Warner Brothers, making their real creations indistinguishable in a sea of clones and the role of the genuine creator ultimately unnecessary. This new obstacle in the way of that particular nightmare means that while not eliminating the availability of such technology or in any way preventing anyone from using it to create, to do so would ultimately be financially pointless. I understand that this will probably put a lot of people off. If they know that you can't make money from doing something, it'll make them think twice. And looking at social media, that has been a big issue, because there's all of these new music creators on the scene, assuming that they're going to make a fortune by using DSPs to the likes of Spotify or YouTube, and then realizing that they can't even get monetized because they haven't reached the threshold to do that. Like, for example, on YouTube, you have to have over 1,000 subscribers and you have to have 10,000 watch hours in a year. Now, I found that unachievable as a music producer as Cyber Monday, because people on YouTube generally don't just listen to music. They are more interested in learning, which is why this channel, Music Tech Info, has taken off in the way that it has. Now, even though I've got 1,000 subscribers, over 1,000 subscribers on my Cyber Monday music YouTube channel, I don't have the 10,000 watch hours. I've got 9,500 at the moment. Do you know how infuriating that is? So infuriating. So I do agree that maybe it does help a lot of people realize that they can't make money out of generating thousands upon thousands of AI songs and just releasing them onto YouTube and onto Spotify. Now, that's not to say that some people haven't been successful. They've got a particular formula that works. And this is assuming that everybody lives in the US, and that's not the case at all. And that's another one of my gripes with some of the YouTubers on here, is the fact that everybody assumes that the whole world evolves around the US. Maybe it does now that Trump's in, but there are different laws and regulations on every different country. Now, the UK, for instance, is currently trying to pass a law that basically allows for AI music companies to use copyrighted material by law, that they could do that. And there's been a huge petition by, I think, 1,000 artists basically saying, no, that's not what we want at all. We don't want that to happen because our music will be worthless. So it's going to be different for every single country in the world. Plus, AI gains its intelligence through being trained on existing human-derived knowledge and experience. I agree. Isn't that a shame? Why can't AI learn off AI? That way there's no plagiarism. And while AI swallowing up physics textbooks like there's no tomorrow has rattled a few cages, AI consuming recorded work by established artists is clearly something that all of today's biggest stars would like to put the brakes on, or at least get paid for. And that is a good point. There's a lot of artists out there that would say, if you're going to use my material to train your algorithm for your AI music generator service, then we want to be compensated for that. But as I've said in previous videos, that could be unviable as a business, because you'd have to pay a lot less than what Spotify currently pays. And also, it just may not work out, basically. So that's where I'm coming from. So recently, high-profile acts such as Paul McCartney, Elton John, have spoken about AI and its impact on the revenues available to artists, and subsequently, with no livelihood to be made and no chance of recognition in the sea of AI produced clones, the number of artists that could choose to exist in the future. I mean, I do understand where people are coming from, but Paul McCartney and Elton John have already done bloody well. They're not going to lose out now, are they? Imagine no more music. It's easy if you try. The new report finds that based on the fundamental principles of copyright, the current state of fast evolving technology, and the information received, the US Copyright Office concludes that existing legal doctrines are adequate and appropriate to resolve questions of copyrightability. That's a hard word. Copyright laws have long adapted to new technology and can enable case-by-case determinations as to whether AI-generated outputs reflect sufficient human contribution to warrant copyright protection. In many circumstances, these outputs will be copyrightable in whole or in part where AI is used as a tool, and where a human has been able to determine the expressive elements they contain. Prompts alone, however, at this stage are unlikely to satisfy those requirements. The Office continues to monitor technological and legal developments to evaluate any need for a different approach. And that's really needed, because look at AI now. It's just crazy. We're waiting for the next ChatGPT. We've had Grok from X. It's just going crazy now. All in all, it's a bit of a breakthrough and a bit of a kick to the teeth for platforms such as Suno, the AI-powered stream generation platform endorsed by producer Timbaland, which aimed at mainstream music creation and wrench it out of the hands of the creators. Now, I think that, the fact that the US Copyright Office have said that AI music is not going to be copyrightable may not deter people from wanting to have a go at this. And to allow to release commercially, they have to have a subscription. So I do think that would affect the revenue of the likes of Suno. However, I don't think it'll put it out of business. I think what'll put it out of business is when the record labels win over Suno and actually ask it to be taken down, similar to the likes of Napster, etc. The message is, sure, you can make a song with AI prompts, knock yourself out, but they'll only ever go on a pile of abandoned, purposeless, valueless sound-alikes. I disagree with that statement. I don't think that's true. Already you're able to extract stems, and those stems have no copyrightable material in them. But I think what Suno, Udio and Riffusion are missing is transparency. We need that transparency. We need to understand the percentage of copyrightable works versus none, to understand where we stand for releases, for releasing music. While in a victory for common sense, in a music business driven by innovations, when has the music industry ever been common sense? Such as the electric guitar, synths, samplers, drum machines, DAWs, and ever more impressive sound libraries and plugins, AI-based tools for making music are still permitted. Yes, that's very true. It looks like a win-win, but when does an AI tool cross the line into being an AI fake? Let's see how long it takes before someone bends the rules. People are already bending the rules. It's just one of those things. I wasn't a fan of that article. However, it states what it states. The US Copyright Office has decided that AI-generated works can't be copyrighted, but it's not all black and white from my point of view. So next, what we're going to look at now is the likes of Suno, Udio and Riffusion. So if you're interested in these AI music platforms, make sure you subscribe to the channel, because I've done so many videos on these three platforms. Riffusion has come very new to the market, and it is such a good contender for the likes of Suno and Udio in terms of maybe potentially being number one. From my point of view, from using the tool, I think Riffusion is great. The functionality is second to none. The user interface is clean and really easy to use. It's free, and you do have subscription models for Suno and Udio, but not currently with Riffusion, and that might change coming forward. But Riffusion is great. If you want consistency, on one track to the next. That's what Riffusion is great for, because what you're able to do once you hit certain thresholds, and I've gone into this on a previous video, you can apply personalization, which basically means that it learns what you like over time. So everything you create, every song you listen to on the platform, that pattern, it'll start to understand an algorithm tailored to you as a person. And that's something that Udio and Suno don't do. Even with that disabled, I've still found the consistency that the next song to the next song to the next song is all quite similar. Now you can tweak it, you can change the settings to say, you know, I want it to go crazy, and it'll do that. But for consistency, if that's what you want, I think that Riffusion is the best, and certainly it's free at the moment. Now you can see from my point of view that I'm trying to go for gold, so they've got some gamification on here. So I've hit all of the levels at the bottom, but I need to generate more, listen more, and favorite more songs to earn points. And I need 4,000 to earn gold, and I've only just got a quarter of the way there. You can see I've logged in now 17 days in a row. There's been 852 songs. So yeah, it's a fantastic platform, but it doesn't stop at gold, because you've got platinum, diamond, and mythic. Now, gosh, I started this when it was launched, so, and I don't want to just keep pressing the button in terms of generating for the sake of it. I want it to be, you know, a useful tool. So we'll see how I get on with that. Anyway, in terms of the Riffusion updates, there's been quite a lot. Now, I'm trying to think when I last did this. Yeah, so I last covered it on my channel when Fuzz 0.8. No, it was even before that, sorry. It was before. Oh, no, it was. So Fuzz 0.8 was launched on February, and I'm not sure if I covered the fact that it now powers remixes, use it as a cover, extend, and replace with no quality loss on generations. So that's really good. Now, in terms of profile, on the 6th of Feb, you can now customize your profile with a cover photo and bio, because there's a lot of charts on here, a lot of tailored kind of playlists, that kind of thing on this platform. So it's nice to have your profile on here and your branding. You can drag and drop to arrange songs in your playlists in terms of reordering, so that's good with that button there. There's even karaoke mode that's been launched on the 16th, where lyrics now highlight in real time as the song plays, so you'll see the lyrics flash as it comes on as you're playing it. There's improved player control, so you can now shuffle, repeat, and skip, plus a redesigned mobile player with easier sharing and copy buttons for lyrics and prompts. So again, that's UI stuff. You can now pin up to 5 published songs to your profile, so that's any fans interested in you on this platform. They'll see maybe the top 5 published songs that you feel that are the best. Title and image, you can add a title and prompt an image for your song before generating. Now that's something that definitely wasn't available. Again, that's just another example of the improved functionality that's still going on. They must have a fantastic development team, and I haven't encountered any bugs. Sometimes I generate and the traffic's busy and I have to wait a couple of seconds, but it tells me that, and it's really good. And as of the 24th of Feb, more recently, there's advanced composition, where you've got more control. And I've said this previously for Suno and Udio, that we need to have more controls to give us more power over what we want to generate. So for example, you've got improved advanced mode controls, a model selector, and weirdness sliders on remixes. So that is Riffusion, again in beta, but what a platform. If I have a quick look at the home screen before we move on, you know, the top song has had over 3,000 streams, 91 likes. You've got staff picks, feature playlists on here. I'd like to see more stuff on here, but you can also look at here. So you can see the live feed. You can filter it by all time, this month, this week, today. You've got who you're following as well. So that's quite useful. But I love Riffusion. I think it's brilliant. And it's nice to see more competition in this market. Now let's have a look at Udio, shall we? And unfortunately, and I knew this because of social media, there's been little to no updates other than song challenges. And this has been going back to July the 23rd last year, when we had version 1.5. So fans are waiting in over anticipation of a release of maybe 1.6 or 2.0. but there's been no sign of that. Now they are having Q&As, and unfortunately I missed the last one, and I'm not sure what the latest updates are, but certainly when I do find out, I will let you guys know. And in terms of Suno, now there's been quite a lot of announcements on Suno. So let me just scroll down. It's now available on Android as well as iOS. So you're able to create music from anywhere via the app. You've also got workspaces. So this helps with organizing your creations. Sorry, it's late. So Suno workspaces help to keep your catalogue of sounds in order. So the way that it works, when you create from your next song, look under the prompt box and click create a new workspace. From there, you'll be able to create, curate and organize your songs. Number 2, any song you remix will automatically be saved to the same workspace as the original, but you can always move it if that doesn't work for your curation style. Tip, multi-select songs by holding Shift and clicking on several songs, then right click to move songs in bulk to a workspace. So let me have a look at create, see what pops up on here. Here we go, we've got my workspaces on here. So you can, it automatically puts all of the clips in your my workspace folder, and then you can simply create new ones from here and move songs to and fro from there. We've had a bit of an AI upgrade, I think, in terms of, I wouldn't say that the quality's got better. It seems better for my generations that I've been doing, and I think that's because of version 4. That's really helped. Other than that, though, there hasn't been any new updates from Suno, and we are waiting to hear. In fact, let me have a look at the Discord server, because that's when they first announced things. So let me just accept that invite. I am already invited, but let me have a look. So I'm just going to go open Discord, invite. I don't know why it says invite, it just does. Here we are. So, okay, yeah, we've got some stuff on here. So edit as UI on web. So editing has just got smoother. The new streamlined user interface puts replace, extend and crop all in one place for easier control. Plus we've added fade out for a polished, finished track. So what's new? Fade out, a new way to create seamless track endings. A fresh UI, your edit tools, all in one streamlined space. Same powerful tools, now easier to use. So they've improved their UI as well. I wonder if that's because of Riffusion, why they've done that. So you access it by going to the library and click edit on a song, or tap the 3 dots, which I call the ellipse button, edit, select a tool, available to Pro and Premiere users only. Okay, so that's good. And I've already said about the iOS app. Now I am going to quickly check Udio. Let me have a look if I can find it. Is there anything on their blog? No, that's exactly the same, unfortunately. People are getting worried about this, guys. They are getting quite concerned about Udio. Why have they stopped development or appear to have stopped development? Is this because they are waiting for the court cases to go through? Is there a different reason? Who knows, I guess. It's just one of those things that we're going to have to wait and see what happens in the space. Certainly the US courts are taking time. I don't know when the next date is due, but this is definitely going on for some time. So let me just check Discord for Udio. Again, I'm just going to go into that and have a quick look. Okay, we're on Udio. No, there's been no site updates. Nothing there. And announcements. There's no new announcement. I mean, how can you have no new announcements since July on a Discord server? That's quite concerning. Whereas Riffusion, let's have a look. Now, they've always had this. It's the suggestions section where I think they've got a huge amount of investment for development, because the fact that they are open to suggestions by the public says a lot to me. There has been an announcement. So Kendall, she has reached out to me and said, thank you for the video on your YouTube channel, which I thought was really nice. This was announced yesterday. So we've got, I think, we've got everything on here just in bullet pointed area. So title and image prompt, add a title and prompt, improved compose UI, get weird with the remixes. So you got the weirdness slider now. To make it more crazy or less crazy. Replace improvements, say goodbye to static at the end of replace songs. So there's been lots of improvements and bug fixes and stability as well. Cover improvements are cover variations now bring even more expressiveness to your songs. And bug fixes and stability, infrastructure improvements for better site reliability. Thanks for bearing with us during some recent migrations. They're going to try and allow people to submit their own songs to be considered by the curated team for playlists and songs of the like on their main screen, on their homepage. And I think that is needed, and I'm glad they've picked up on that, because for me, using the tool every day, it does get a bit laborious, and you're looking for stuff new. And they are updating the staff picks as well, which is good. So yeah, lots of people have joined. As I say, it's a free tool, and it certainly helps. So anyway, I hope you like that. Let me know what you think about Suno, Udio and Riffusion. Certainly seems to be the case that they've all used copyrighted material from the web. They've just scraped it all, whether that's YouTube or whatever, which is unfortunate. When is the next tool going to come that is that competes with this on non-copyrightable material? Who knows if that's even viable, because that's been 3 companies now and they still haven't done it. So let's see what the future holds, shall we? Anyway, thank you for watching this video, and I'll catch you on the next one. Take care, everyone. Bye.